Hello and welcome back. This is Paul Cheney with Spartan Design University, where we try and make learning easy by not wasting a lot of time reviewing things that you've already learned. So in this case, I've added a lot of code to our page, which is something that you've learned in previous sections. So here's where we're at right now. There's our phone version, our tablet, and our desktop. And let me talk about what I've added. First off, I went to the desktop and I took the images and I put in the logo, which we've used up here in the header of our site. Then I went into the HTML and I added the image for the logo. I've changed the H1 and the H2 and I threw in a phone number in its own separate div. And then in the CSS, also in the index, I added this font from Google called Cardo with a 400 and a 700 weight. Okay, then in the phone CSS, I styled the background color as black and I set the default font to Cardo. I set the styling for the div #phone, which is this. So it would float to the right and it would appear white right up there. And I set some styling for the image so it would float to the left and have a reduced size of 100 pixels. In the tablet, that header image jumps to 170 pixels, so it's bigger. You can see it changed sizes from a small version there to a larger version there, and it stays large on the desktop. I've also gone into the content, div ID #content, and in the #content I've set a background color to light gray, which is this right here that we're looking at. And I've styled the footer. That happens mostly in the bottom of the phone default. But there's that yellow color. Set the text to appear black, and then set the anchor to appear the same color as the text, which is the 3-3. And that gets us caught up to this point right here. Now we're ready to start styling the content for the page itself. And we've done this before, but we've only done it once. So let me walk you through it again. What we're going to do is we're going to have a division with a class of a row, and then we're going to have articles inside of those. So this is going to be a row with an article, and then this will be a row with a couple of articles. Okay? So here in the content area, I currently have a page name and then nothing. So I'm going to give myself a bunch of space to work here. So we'll start with an article. And inside of that article, we'll have a page name. And we'll have a paragraph with some lipsum lorem in it. Alright, so that should take care of that first one right there. Now we want to have some that are side by side. So this time, instead of just a regular old article, we're going to start a div and close that div, and here we're going to say this is the end of a row, and we have an open article tag, and then we'll close that article tag, and then we'll immediately open it with the second article tag, which closes right there. And we'll give this class equals row, class equals call 50. So that's 50%. So on the desktop, there's going to be two of them. They'll be 50% wide. They will live inside this row. And then inside of here, I can put, see what we're going to put. Inside of there, we'll put a title, we'll put a list, and we'll put an image. That image will have a figure and a fig caption. And then we'll do a second one for this row right here. So that's going to look just like this. Copy it, paste it. So there's my second row. Here's my first row. So first row, second row. The second row will be full of stuff just like the first row. Okay. So now I've gone in and without wasting a lot of your time, I have completed the content for each one. So let's go back through this. You can see that here's my opening content div. There's my opening article. I've now named it Power Tools with an H2. Here's an opening row. That row contains Article 1 and Article 2. And it ends the row right there. Here's the second row. Class equals row. Here's the first article. Here's the second article. And there's the end of that row. And then we end the current content. So here's what it looks like. Nothing style at this point. And it absolutely looks illegibly awful. But the content is in place. Now we're ready to jump into the CSS.